know that guy.
Fuck Trump.
Fuck Trump.
So how many reporters are here? I see 3 television.
Yeah, there's
stations.
television cameras, and sometimes it's hard to tell. Like nobody knows that I'm a reporter because everybody has phones, but I record on my phone.
Now we're here denouncing the latest actions of ICE at the national level and also at the court at the state level, and also the attacks of the migrant community here in New Haven.
ICE are being their regular asshole selves, and we're trying to do preemptive action here before Trump decides to call the National Guard out, on these sanctuary cities on this state, because he did name New Haven.
Completely ignoring the law. The reason why people are so upset, we need to stop the way ICE operates. They should not be operating like the Gestapo thugs, running around like a bunch of cowards with masks over their face because they don't have the guts to have an ID and to show it to people, that they don't have documentation. Are they asking, do they know the people who they're picking up? No, they're just picking up people randomly.
Our family has faith that everything is going to be okay, that Kevin and his dad are going to return home very soon. So, from that statement, I want to introduce our friend and warrior, Kika Matos, the president of the National Immigration Law Center. Thank you.
I just want to start off by reminding everybody who we are as a city. We are a proud city of immigrants. And we are proud of our reputation and our standing as an immigrant-friendly city, and that will never change because of what we have fought for. We are outraged and appalled by what this administration is doing. It was in LA, engaging in lawless behavior, and now they have come to our city, and in the middle of a morning, a woman taking her children to school gets grabbed by ICE, taken out of her car in front of her children, and abducted and kidnapped in this alleged democracy. Are we going to stand for that? No! Are we going to fight back? Kidnapping a resident of the city in front of her children is unacceptable. Our message to ICE is clear. Leave our city. We don't want you in our schools. We don't want you in our places of worship. We don't want you in our hospitals. We don't want you in our streets. And here is my message. Here is my message for the rest of us. We have got to step up to fight for our democracy, because the path to authoritarianism in this country is being built on the backs of immigrants. And here is the thing, they will start with immigrants, but they will not end with immigrants. And if we do not step up and fight back to defend our immigrants, they will eventually come for all of us. So we have got to stand up and fight back. When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And with that, I'm going to introduce the mayor of our city, who has come to share a few words. Mayor Elicker, please join us.
Thank you, Kika. We are a city of, and we are here to, and we are proud of that history. We are a city that welcomes everyone who wants to be a productive member of our community. And it is appalling what we are seeing around our nation in Los Angeles, and the fact that the Trump administration is bringing in military to address what are largely peaceful demonstrations. And in New Haven, we saw Monday something that is just shocking. It is just shocking. A mother that was getting her 2 young children of 13 years old and 8-year-old into a car, and ICE pulls up on that car and pulls the mother from the car and arrests her in front of her 2 young children. Shame! What kind of human being does that? I have 2 children that are about the same age, and I can't even imagine what my 2 daughters would do if they saw my wife being arrested by masked people who just pull up next to a car. I can't imagine what kind of trauma they would go through. And these 2 children now have to deal with a mother that disappeared one day when they were going to a New Haven public school. It is shocking, and New Haven will fight back with every possible resource that we have. And these are not just words, these are actions. We have sued the Trump administration when the Trump administration tried to stop funding because of our status as a welcoming city, and we have been successful. We were the only East Coast city on that list that sued the Trump administration. I commit to you that we will continue to be a welcoming city that welcomes every person because it is the right thing to do, because it is something that expresses our values as a city, and we are here together to say that New Haven has every legal access that we can to fight for the rights of our residents. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor.
I'm the president of New Haven Federation of Teachers. I'm a teacher, I'm a mom, and I'm here to denounce the authoritarian tactics of the Trump administration, what they did here in New Haven on Monday, what they are doing throughout this country to terrorize families, to terrorize children, and to separate families, and we say enough is enough. I want to make one thing clear. What the Trump administration is doing right now is the opposite of making people safe. They are hurting families and creating stress, trauma, and disruption that is not making people safe. It is making people more vulnerable, more at risk. And I know this because I spoke to the teachers at the school where the family was separated on Monday. Where, as Mayor Elicker said, when the mother was taking her children to school, the children themselves witnessed it. The children themselves are now suffering with that trauma, and our teachers are part of a rapid response network to make sure the family gets the resources they need, because as Mayor Elicker said, it's unfathomable to think that a mother is going to be taken from her children in broad daylight by masked men working for Donald Trump. It's disgusting, and we denounce it. Again, the federal government is not keeping us safe. We have an obligation to keep ourselves safe. We have an obligation to keep our community safe. And that is why I'm a proud New Havener, a proud representative and coalition member with people who are committed to the work. Because as we saw in California with the arrest of David Huerta, a labor leader, it's not just about immigrants, it's not just about labor leaders. They are willing to do this to all of us, and that is why we must continue to stand up and take the streets and speak out and say enough is enough. We will keep our communities safe. We will stop the nightmare of this Trump administration, and we will take care of each other. And I'm going to pass the mic.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me. I just wanted to take a quick second to tell you a little bit about my classmate, Kevin, who was detained only 3 days before our graduation. Really unfortunate. He was in the chair right next to me, so having that empty chair at graduation was just a terrible reminder of what's going on in our country right now and what's going on in our own school system and to our youth. This is absolutely unacceptable, so thank you for everyone for coming out today and being on the right side of history. Give yourself a round of applause.
It is not often referenced enough when we're talking about ICE activities that they are violent. It is violent to go and abduct children and their parents in schools and deprive them of their right to education. It is violent to go into courtrooms and to abduct immigrants and deprive them of their right to a due process. And it is violent to deport people from their workplaces and deprive them of their right to a gainful employment.
Yes, we need you to show up at actions like this, but we also need you to get really smart and know your rights, because they are scared. And do you know how much time it takes them to get one immigrant out of a community when the community has that person's back? They have these insane quotas, 3,000 people a day. We're gonna make it so they can't even get 3 people a day, right? But you're gonna call that rapid response line when you think you see ICE in the community. Even if you're not sure, you're gonna call this line. And if you see someone and they need help, you tell them about this number. That number is 854-666-4472.
People talk about CCOT. CCOT's a black site, it's a torture center, it's a slave labor camp. But absolutely every ICE detention facility, when they turn the basement of the federal building in Hartford into an ICE detention facility, that becomes a black site where you have no rights, where you're not given food, water, access to bathrooms, access to the materials to clean yourself. That's what every single ICE detention center is. And now they're filled 5-10 times to capacity. They're filled with our community members who simply wanted to live a better life. We're continuing the fight till over 150 people detained in CCOT prison are free. We're continuing the fight until the deportation machine is destroyed, is deconstructed, is ended. And how are we going to do this? We're going to do this by mobilizations like today. We're going to do this by mobilizing in our unions, in our workplaces, in our streets, in our communities, the largest mass mobilizations possible, showing that we have the power. Because at the end of the day, who controls society? The people. We do. The people that make it run. The people that drive the buses. The people that pick up the trash. The people that cook the food. The working class. So, si se puede.
So on Monday at 9 in the morning, while we were doing some court accompaniment, we got a call from a family saying my sister was detained by immigration. And eventually we ran to meet with the family, we met with the daughter, we met with the husband, and we heard the bad news that this lady was taken away. And I'm very proud, and I know like this is not a good thing, but I'm very proud that the daughter, Monset, she's willing to say something. So I want to introduce you, Monset. Thank you.
I shouldn't really be here right now. My mom should honestly be here with me, but my mom always talks to me about how she wants us and my little brother, to have a bright future ahead of us. We would do anything to see a smile on her face, see us succeed in life. However, we won't be able to do that. Do that if we don't let her stay here in America. She's built a new life for herself and her kids. You're not just doing this to my family, you're also hurting other immigrant families. We need their parents back home. You're causing a lot of pain to these families by taking them away just because you have no reason to do so. I would understand if they would have done something very illegal, but in this case my mom is one of the victims. Calling her once a day hurts so much. You don't know the pain you're putting families through. I hope you gently consider what you're doing to my family, because staying late up at night hoping to get a call or thinking about my mom hurts me so much. It hurts me deeply. but I'm her best friend who I could tell, or we could tell anything to each other. This is why I need her here back with me. I need my mother back home. This doesn't just affect me. This affects people who care and love my mom. She's a very special person in my life. She's the mother that gave me light to this world, who helped me through thick and thin. She's always working so hard to give what me and my brother want, who's only 8 years old, who's also a citizen born in CT. Also, not to mention, he's a kid who needs special care and attention from his mother. I'm his big sister, but it would affect me and my little brother. We need our mom. I'm only 13. I want to be able to handle this all alone. Again, I'm only 13. We just need our mom back. We need her here in America. She's been a great person, not just to her kids, but to other people in this community. She's helped people like families, friends, or not even friends. We need her here. We need her. She would do anything. She would at least give $20 to homeless, even if she only had $10. She would use those $10 for her kids, which is what.
I'll finish her statement, which is, my mom always ensures that my brother and I have food, whether it's for school or even money for school supplies when they sell treats. She also makes sure we come to school clean. She checks up on our teachers if we need anything. And her teachers told me that. That is real. My mom always talks to me about how she wants us and my little brother Ulysses to have a bright future ahead of us. We would do anything to see a smile on her face and see us succeed. I hope you genuinely consider what you're doing to my family, because staying up late at night, hoping to get a call or thinking deeply about my mom hurts me deeply. Thank you, sincerely, Montse.